Today's event. I want to thank the media for having come here to this evening's event because without you actually highlighting the situation with so many of our former sports persons, and I'm talking before 25 years, I'm talking in the mid-90s, the foundation would not have been set up. The fact that the media would bring out regularly the situation with some of our former champions, medalists at the Olympics, Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, and doing so well for the country, but who are sadly not in a position to benefit from that. The Champs Foundation would have its say, and therefore now to have the 25th year and to have you all here again is from my side a heartfelt thank you for having kept sports persons in your hearts and bringing their situation out so that the champs can do something.
Sir, the BCCI has heavily said that domestic cricket must not be skipped at any cost. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I don't know what that has got to do with Champs Foundation, but I think it is something that I think everybody is aware of. So it's something that should be looked at by every cricketer, because domestic cricket is how they have actually come up. If they hadn't started at the domestic cricket level, be it the domestic 2020, the one-day tournament, or the Ranji Trophy, they won't be where they are. Very, very few cricketers actually come up from not having played domestic cricket. They always have played some domestic cricket. It could be junior cricket, junior domestic cricket, under 19 cricket. It could be something like that. So I think that has to be something that every cricketer must never forget.
So we spoke about nurturing future cricketers as well. So is there anyone in your list who is from the non-cricket fraternity and is likely to play the Olympics this year? Anyone amongst the athletes?
No, fortunately, the athletes nowadays with the TOPS program, etc., are very well looked after by not just the federation but also by the government of India. So luckily that has not it's not required from the Champs Foundation. We did, as part of the promoting sports, we did support an Olympiad many years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago, maybe more than that. So we did a little bit, but now fortunately because of the various foundations which are there, talks like the government schemes, I don't think that is important.
Sir, is there a number of the sports persons that Champs has helped?
I think over the years maybe we might, I don't know the exact numbers, but we have, whenever it has come to our notice, thanks to you all, we've done due diligence in the sense trying to find out whether the person really requires the help, because sometimes we've actually found that the person is quite well settled. His well-wishers have brought it to our notice, but his children are overseas. Children are regularly sending the finances for the athlete to be looked at. So then in which case there is no need of any sort of assistance from our side. But and also because we've always wanted to keep the dignity and the privacy of the individual. We've not named names, but it's been there for 25 years. And basically, the less people there are, the happier champs are. So that means no sports person actually requires to be recognized and assisted after his playing days.
In 25 years, have you seen any changes in terms of financial health, financial well-being for Indian sports?
Certainly. Plentiful change in the financial health of all sports. And I think that's only a plus. People want that does it actually makes the parents generally, it's the parents who are generally telling you, no, go and study. But when they see that a particular sport which their child is looking at, that has a career possibility, not necessarily a great career option that maybe cricket has, but there's a career possibility over there, and they encourage the child to take the match. And that is where I think the Indian sport has really started to lift itself up, is simply because of the fact that just about every sport there is a career possibility.
Sir, does Champs also look at the mental aspect of it, because so much of stress and all that in sports? Other than the financial help, does it also do look into these areas?
Yeah, we haven't actually got into that, but because it's very difficult being based in Mumbai sometimes to reach out for that. At the moment, what we have done is we have kept ourselves restricted to just sending monthly recognition to those athletes who are the best of
Sir, in 25 years, you think the condition of our champions over the years has improved?
Well, I think to a great extent, certainly, I think the condition of our champions is, like I said, because I think there's so much more in terms of, the fact that, there is so much more awareness that there have been so many champs. And that is the reason why I think a lot of our former greats are still able to do something, either through the media or maybe do something writing the media commentary. So they are able to do something which possibly wasn't the case earlier on. Today, a lot of former champions are doing commentary. A lot of former champions are writing about sport, which that was not available maybe even 15 years ago. So now I think that is a big plus. Now you see all sports being covered on television, and therefore there is the opportunity to make something out of it.
Sir, you have to ask. You spoke about Test cricket and everything on the dais. You welcome the incentives by the BCCI for the Test cricket.
I think what Rahul Dravid said when it was announced in Dharamshala, what he said was he would like to call it a reward, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing that the BCCI has done to reward those who are going to be playing. But I also would request the BCCI to ensure that the feeder to the test teams, which is the Ranji Trophy, that also is looked after. If the Ranji Trophy fees can be tripled, just like all these, doubled or tripled, that will certainly mean that there will be a lot more people playing Ranji Trophy. There will be a lot less pull-outs from Ranji Trophy because the fees for playing a Ranji Trophy match is a good fee. There will be less people pulling out for various reasons. They will all be wanting to play with the slab system for if every 10 test match you 10 first class matches you get that much more. So I think if I would request the BCCI to look at that aspect.
Sir, at the same time, the scheduling of the BCR, scheduling of the Ranji Trophy has been in discussion given the 3-day breaks between matches. You think that is something that could be a deterrent as well, or that could result in more injuries to players, which players have actually spoken about?
Yes, I think that is something that should be considered definitely, because I think you have to have a situation where there is adequate rest. Because in 3 days, what happens is there is probably a day and a half in travel. So there is during the travel time there is no time for any treatment. If you want to take a physio help to get fit from a little niggle, that is probably not there. So maybe just a little bit of a gap, so that the player has got adequate time. But if you want to finish a tournament, because we have so many tournaments, my personal thing would be to have the tournament Ranji Trophy from October to mid-December, and then bring in all the white ball tournaments. Because what that will mean is that everybody will be available to play, excepting those who are selected for India otherwise. And there will be no real excuse to pull out, because even the one-day tournaments, etc., practice for the IPL will be available from January, February, and they can practice for that.
सनी सर, चॅम्प्स फाउंडेशनने 25 वर्ष पूर्ण केली आहेत. मराठीतनं तुमचे अनुभव त्याला कशा पद्धतीने